Hello everyone and welcome to another Nerd Break live stream, the second one of today. My name is Joseph the Broseph and today we're back with more Splatoon 3, this time rerunning Splat Bombs only or Burst Bombs only, sorry, correction, Burst Bombs only because that was what you all demanded last time. So, without further ado, how's everybody doing today? Big shout out there to Emerald, Rose, Cat Dogs, and Legendary Elemental. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. Legendary Elemental, you'll be on Team Morning. Yeah, let me know what everybody is picking for teams. I have not officially picked mine yet. I'm kind of between two of them currently. I'm between Team Morning and Team Afternoon. Kind of leaning towards morning. Kind of leaning towards... I'm not sure which one I'm picking. Brother. Elemental, you're good and a bit sleepy. Oh, boy. Also, don't forget to vote in the poll. Let me know which team you're... Or not which team... What you thought of the Nintendo Direct. Oh, gosh. I have not been sleeping well lately. Cat Dogs, you're doing good. You're excited for Springfest. Who all got to watch the Nintendo Direct today? I know that was a long one. That was really long. So we're going to be talking about a little bit during the stream here, throughout the stream probably. But we'll get started. I'll open a regular room, and anybody that would like to join, you're more than welcome to. If you're going to be Team Morning, come join Ebony's stream when she streams Springfest. Avery, hello! Welcome to the stream! How you doing? You have thoughts to share. Oh gosh, I have thoughts. For Jose, you did watch it in during your break. Okay, nice. Molly, hello! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Elemental, you watched the direct after I was live. Okay. Unfortunately, my stream got a little messed up because the direct got messed up a little bit there. Fortunately, it corrected itself for major announcements, but it still bummed me out that I partially missed the announcement of Final Fantasy VII Integrate. Which is not what I thought it was, but it's still great because it doesn't matter what I said still applies, so... Molly, you will choose Team Knight, I assume, like Bear Cub. Okay, first of all, you predicted a bunch of stuff correct, so good job. Yeah, I should actually do a video about what I predicted right and wrong. Because actually, there was stuff that I predicted right and stuff that I predicted wrong. So there was a few things I got right. I'm not even sure 100% what I got right at the moment. I heard about the freeze that happened. Yeah, well, that was a freaking annoyance. Elemental, it wasn't you. Nope, it was crazy. We got 5 seconds of Silk Song and a whole Deltarune segment. The Deltarune segment is kind of where the stream on their end really fell apart. Pre-orders are April 9th. Yeah, so really quick on that. Actually, did anybody else want to join? I'm gonna back off. Did anybody else want to join us here? Yeah, I'm actually shocked by the price too. $450, it's crazy, and games are gonna be nuts. Sir Nerd, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Sir Nerd, did you see the 3D Donkey Kong game? $450. Yeah, $450. Good grief. I mean, and the worst part. Okay, so real quick, y'all need to be aware of this. Mario Kart World. It sounds like it's gonna retail for $80. So if you're interested in Mario Kart World and you don't care whether it's physical or digital, get the bundle. Because the bundle with it in it is $500. So you're going to be saving money no matter what. I'm not opting towards that one because I'd rather have the physical cartridge. But Switch games are going to start being more expensive. Donkey Kong, it looks like, is confirmed to be $70 in the US. Mario Kart, we don't actually know the price of yet when I last heard about it. It was leaning towards 80 though, which is insane. It's crazy. Elemental, you're not joining, and Avery, you're not joining. Okay, one of my friends grabbed me and forced me to see a Deltarune stealth, yelling Deltarune tomorrow. Yeah, Deltarune, that was crazy. I just, this stream conked out. Sir Nerd, you did hear about 3D Donkey Kong, just not during the direct, okay? Switch to Zelda Timeline Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, we're getting that another Hyrule Warriors game, which is insane. Alright, so it's just me and Bro Jose for the moment. I was actually... It kind of is crazy that we're getting another Hyrule Warriors game. Oh, by the way, I don't know if any of you have hit the like button yet, but we only got one like on the stream. If you would, please hit that like button. Liking helps the channel grow, and I really would appreciate it so much. So, for the pre-orders though, pre-orders do open on April 9th for the Switch 2. If you have a My Nintendo account though, you can get priority access to when they open their pre-orders on the Nintendo store directly through Nintendo, but those don't open until the 5th of May, I think it is. I could be wrong about that. But if you want to get it directly from Nintendo and you kind of want to skip some of the madness, then Nintendo is going to be your best option there. So do that. For Jose, thanks for the like. It's not a Donkey Kong Country game. It's not a Donkey Kong Country game, unfortunately. I don't know whether that's unfortunate or not. Oh great, we're on Bro Jose's favorite level. Okay. Oh gosh. But I'm putting out my feelers for every direction possible to get a Switch 2. I'm hoping to get one pre-ordered. We'll see what happens. I'm bummed by the whole price tag, but I'm most likely going to have to save up to get the Switch 2, move all my Switch 1 games there, save up to Kirby. Yeah, the whole thing is kind of crazy, honestly. I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a complaints video. I'm trying to come up with it. There's some stuff that I've got to complain about the Switch. Oh man, I'm doing terrible already. Blue Toad, hello! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Molly, your online expires soon. Which actually, I should mention, if you choose to try and get the Nintendo pre-order, keep in mind there's some caveats to that. You can actually register for the pre-order already. You have to have a current Nintendo Switch Online membership, and it has to have been paid up for at least 12 months, so it has to be a whole year subscription. If you don't have that, then they won't let you pre-order directly through Nintendo, which is kind of crazy. The other thing, there was actually more than one. Oh, you also have to have played the Switch for like 50 hours, which is not hard to do. What was the other thing? There was one other thing. Oh, it's having a My Nintendo account. Duh. So if you have those three things, you can get registered to pre-order the Switch 2 directly through Nintendo. And you get priority for pre-ordering it. So they'll email you and let you know, hey, you can come in, you can shop, you can pre-order, you can order accessories and stuff. Which I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with whoever I can get the pre-order through first. So if I can't get my pre-order through the retailers, then I'll go a different way. New Mario Kart is hype. New Mario Kart does look good. There was so much. When it first started going, that trailer, I was kind of like, this looks like a better version of Mario Kart 8. And then they actually showed off what new mechanics were in the game. I was like, oh gosh, I have to have this. This is so cool. That wall jumping mechanic though, is like, that was where it started blowing my mind right there. Good game, everyone. Good game. 120 FPS is kind of crazy too, and it looks good. Also, Discord has become sort of irrelevant when playing Switch games. No. No, I would not say that. I would not say that. So, I mean, the chat feature is nice, but I don't know how well the audio suppression is going to work on the Switch. So, and they didn't put the mic, they put the mic in the Switch itself and not in the controller, which is a heck of a lot closer to you. So, I would not rule out Discord just yet, Avery. I haven't told anyone about this yet, or out of fear of jinxing things, but I got me a new phone. Oh, cool, Sir Nerd. What did you get? Emerald, you're mad over Mario Kart? I mean, okay. Connor, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I mean, to each their own, honestly. I mean, Hawk was talking to me a bit earlier, and he was mad on Mario Kart, so I get it. I get it. He was more excited for the GameCube games. And then I hadn't told him about Bravely Default getting remade, and he said he was text shouting me. So, like, okay, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you. I did think about it, but chill. Oh gosh, this is hilarious. Like, whoops, forgot. Guy is a RPG lover. I did not use my special at all last match. Just a me thing, but I don't like Mario Kart 2 being very toxic. I already did the streak. I did, but everybody wanted me to redo it last week, so I'm redoing it. This is the redo. We are not doing well here. But I think for handheld and tabletop, it's just better. I would not discount that. I won't discount the thing until I actually see how it works. I just know that audio suppression is harder than I think it might, because you have to be able to send out, if you're going to do true audio suppression, you have to be able to cancel it with opposite sound waves. So that makes me wonder what kind of tech they're actually using, if it's just voice isolation tech, which it probably is, which I think that operates on a different principle from active noise cancellation. Ah, crud, I keep picking the wrong way to go. 24 racers is a nightmare. I would actually not use the voice chat feature on Switch 2 streams just because I would not want the headache. I would not want the headache. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't be able to do it as when we're just doing games outside of streams. It's gonna probably be, I mean, it's Nintendo's answer. And Nintendo's answer is always a little wonky. They have their own drum that they march to the beat of, so Joseph doesn't want to hear us. That's not it! Oh gosh. Can you imagine though being heard during stream? I can't even imagine my internet working for, I don't know how that would work. It's a Samsung A15 5G. Was gonna get a Motorola phone, but I didn't like a certain fact. Okay. Cat dogs. Cat dogs, I had leftover pizza for dinner. I think I say that all the time. By the way, did anybody want to join us? We're just in an open regular matches. Rose, we lost because it wasn't your map. That's probably true. Also, we could just do it without you and then plot against you. How is that different from literally every other time, Avery? Oh gosh. I think I'm gonna have to become more snarky. Ugh. Gosh, okay, we're on the boat. We better win this match. I better do better. But no, Mario Kart 9 did look amazing. They've changed the mechanic for gliding. I'm not 100% sure if it's gliding or if it's more flying now. Which, since it's open world, I'm starting to wonder if they're gonna let you fly a bit more than just gliding. Which would be cool. I would be down for that. There's... Let's see here. Oh, they're speaking of racing games, this was pretty crazy to me. We're getting Kirby Air Riders. Did anybody play the original Kirby Air Ride game out of curiosity? Yeah, I'm gonna try to pre-order it for Jose. I'm gonna try to pre-order the Switch 2. There's no way I'm not going to. I've been saving for it. I don't have quite all the money yet, mainly because of some certain financial decisions I had to make. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be pre-ordering it. But I was surprised that we're getting Kirby Air Ride, a sequel to Kirby Air Ride. I am happy for that because I never got to play the original. Fact being that it would, oh, yeah, phone right out of the 90s. Motorola is kind of crazy. I remember old Motorola flip phones and candy bar phones. And I'm old. I'm old. Yep. Oh darn. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the cow in Mario Kart 9! Oh gosh. I have to tell the story now. I got super excited from the cow in Mario Kart 9. So, back when the Wii came out, and Wii Play came out in particular, I would get my mom to play Wii Play with me, and the one thing that she absolutely loved on that was the cow racing game. So I would always say, hey, you want to play the cow racing game? And now I can tell her in Mario Kart she can race as a cow. Oh gosh. I was so excited for that. That was really cool to see that. I know that there were characters I missed in the Mario Kart, not, I want to call it Mario Kart 9. In Mario Kart World. So I'm gonna have to go back through and see what all ones are. Are flip phones a 90s thing? I forget. Yeah, kinda. 90s, 2000s. Because I had a flip phone back at my first job. That was 2000s. Avery, you have seen Kirby Air Ride. Okay. Bye, Avery. Hope to see you again soon. The cow is so funny, and there's more like penguins than like a bee. Emerald, you have fit for. We lost because I was distracted. It's easy to get distracted. It's very easy to get distracted. Turf. Oh, Connor's in here. Okay. Yeah, cow. I was just happy to see the cow. That was kind of crazy. I loved it. There was so much. One of the things I did get right is that Nintendo made a game specifically to show off the features of the Switch 2. Of course, like, this is gonna be one of my complaints in the video. They're charging for it, which is dumb, but wiki work is important. Emerald, you do you. Wait, Joseph, are you gonna get the bundle and standalone? I am just opting for this. I'm just opting for the system itself. Um, I don't like digital downloads that much. I prefer physical game cartridges. If I had known beforehand that Mario Kart World is gonna be so freaking expensive, I probably would have told Nintendo that I wanted the bundle. But I already told them that I wanted the standalone system, so now I can't take that back. And if I go through Nintendo for pre-order, I'm stuck with getting the standalone. So that's why I'm warning you. If you're at all interested in Mario Kart World and you don't care whether it's physical or digital, then get the bundle. It'll save you money. But I'm just... I want physical all the way. I realize that part of the reason why they're charging more for the games is going to be because they're going to be on faster loading cartridges. So this is another thing that's bugging me about the Switch 2. They're forcing you that if you buy an SD card, it has to be these new Express SD cards. I'm assuming because they want the games to load faster. I'm assuming that the Express cards are faster. It would be the only thing that made any sense. So really, it's not so much an assumption. It's more or less just the fact that I just don't fully have the fact on it. But I pretty much know. That's the answer. And I don't know if Nintendo has learned their lesson from Sony's bad idea from the Vita. I feel like this is a Vita situation kind of starting. Communist, hello! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just talking my head off at the moment. But we're on a brighter note, and not to go into the complaints territory because that's gonna be a video in itself. We're getting GameCube games on the Switch 2. And it's the best part of that for me is Switch Online isn't going up in price. Thank goodness. That would have been a disaster if they had said, hey, we're gonna bring GameCube games to the Switch 2, but it's gonna cost you an extra $20. I would have been like, no, no, no. I mean, I'm gonna be happy that that's gonna happen. I really don't want it to be this way though, because I wanted Wind Waker HD, not the original version enhanced. Because the HD version had the fast sale, which in that game is so needed. It was so needed. Maybe try Splash next. Splash what? Maybe I should try switching my weapons up. But GameCube games only being playable on Switch 2, I just don't understand that. Okay, Bro Jose, enjoy your dinner. Let's see here. Oh, the Splash-O-Matic. I bet that's what you're talking about, isn't it, Cat Dogs? I could try it real quick. Splash-O-Matic. Blue Toad, are you joining us? Oh, wait, I'm alone. No, I'm alone! How'd that happen? How did I get to be alone? GameCube games would be sick, but I don't have the expansion pack. S Magma, hello, welcome to the stream. Been a while, how you doing? Yeah, the expansion pack is expensive, but they keep giving on it. I heard that some of the upgrades for the Switch 2, the Switch 1 games to Switch 2 games are going to be free with the expansion pack. I unfortunately don't know anything as to whether that's true or not, but the expansion pack is becoming more and more worthwhile. So if you could afford it, I'd start to recommend it, especially on the Switch 2. Because GameCube games, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is going to be in there. And that game is freaking expensive. I wish I'd never gotten rid of my copy. And it's really good. I mean, it's a product of its time, so it's only so good, but I would certainly recommend playing it. Too bad they won't let us transfer the Pokemon out of the game, but they didn't do that. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to think, did they let us do that with the original version? I don't actually remember. What do we think about Switch 2? We were just talking about that. Yeah, I would recommend, if you can. I understand the whole job thing, so... what did you think of the Switch 2S Magma? I think that it's... I think it's really cool, and I have a lot of different thoughts. They packed a ton of tech into the thing. I think that they've overpriced it a little. One of my friends was saying that families with kids on a budget are not going to be able to afford this thing. Because he's got a pretty big family, and I completely understand they've kind of priced this thing too high, in my opinion. I don't think that they should have crossed the $400 barrier for the standalone console, but they already pulled that trigger, and I understand part of the reasoning of why, being the economy and everything. But beyond the price, the mouse controls, I think they're trying too hard for that. That'll be interesting. That'll probably be one of those things where I might try it, especially like in Metroid Prime 4. But I don't know if I would do... If I would really use it for very long. And the one game that they pointed out specifically for mouse controls that, what was it? I forget, Dunk X Drive or something like that. I forget the name of it. That just, like, kind of was laughably bad. 80 for Mario Kart is insane. It is insane. Bubby, hi, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Your watch on your ink was so bad it made me laugh so hard my soda went up my nose. Okay. I'm kind of having a hard time concentrating on what I'm doing, and that's the reason why I'm doing so poorly. Wait, my team won? Okay, then. Won't argue with that. The prices are kind of high, but everything is cool. I'm too hyped for Mario Kart, to be honest. The Switch itself is cool, I guess. I mainly wanted to play Switch 1 games on at least for now. I should do private battles. We don't have enough people here, Connor. You know my rule. If we can't do 3v3s at a minimum, then we're not doing private battles. S Magma, then are you excited for some of the Switch 1 games like Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, and what was the other one? Well, in any case, the Switch 1 games that are getting the enhancements, the paid enhancements, this is part that you gotta give Nintendo credit for. Not only are they optimizing the game more for Switch 2, they're also adding content to it. That kind of is like a better way of saying this is what you're getting for a better version of the game. So I like the way they do that. So it's one of those things where you can't really complain about, but you can still because you wish it was free. It's like, give me the spec bump and move along. I might get the Kirby one. See, I don't know how much those are going to cost, and I forget if I heard how much those enhancements are going to cost. I think I heard $10, but I can't remember if that's true or not. Yeah. I'm going to be on the fence about those enhancements, because in one way I'm going to want them, but another way I'm going to want to pass. So it's going to be a hard call. I think it'll be on a case-by-case basis, but I was also right in the fact that they're not doing in all the Switch games, but they're doing more than I thought they would for enhancements. I was actually surprised to see a 3DS feature come back. The game sharing feature is really cool. I saw this thing where someone thought that maybe they can make the Joy-Con mouse. Oh, you want you're talking about mouse controls in Splatoon 4 or Splatoon 3? Blue Toad? That would be interesting. I would actually, if they put mouse controls in Splatoon, I would try that. I don't know how well that would work, but I would try it at least once. I'll try it in Metroid Prime 4. I just don't know. It's one of those hard things that you don't know if you're going to like something like that until you actually get to try it. But, going back to the one thing I was talking about with the game sharing feature, I was actually floored that they're going to let you do multiplayer games with one game cartridge over multiple consoles, which is such a good idea. They did that on the 3DS, where you could temporarily download the game. Granted, it was limited to a slice of the game, but you buy the one cartridge and then you can play it with other people just by letting them download a portion of it temporarily. That was such a cool idea on the 3DS. And I'm so glad. That was the one thing, the one absolute biggest thing in my mind that they did 100% right for the Switch 2. It's like, that makes the $400 price point just a little bit more tolerable. Oh, DS download play. Okay, so that started on the DS, didn't it? I'm sorry, that started on the DS. I was wrong. But you know what I'm talking about then. So, yeah. Why did I think that started on the 3DS? I guess because I never used it. I had nobody to use it with. So, I mean, any game going to look somewhat better because the bigger and better screen. That's true, and the 120 frames per second refresh rate, 1080p. It's crazy that the tablet is going to be 1080p. I mean, obviously other tablets can do way better than that. I think my iPad can do better than that. But it's still kind of crazy that they actually pulled the trigger on so much of these things with Switch. Oh gosh. Honestly, the only thing that looks well noticeable to me was the mouse thing. Everything else didn't seem to be enough of a change as someone who exclusively plays handheld. If you play exclusively in handheld, then you're gonna be playing tabletop in order to use the mouse controls. That's gonna mess you up. Connor, hi! Did you leave and come back, Connor? Yeah, I play in handheld a lot. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X in handheld a lot because it's easier to read it than on my TV screen. I actually was looking for a 4K TV earlier just because I kind of want to play my Switch 2 on a 4K TV, but 4K 32-inch TVs are freaking ridiculously priced. They're the same price or more than a Switch 2. In the developer questions, they said some games had faster loading times and smoother gameplay on Switch 2. Which I fully expect that. I fully do. Because, so here's the thing. This is going to be a dividing line between PS5 and Switch 2 and Xbox Series X. You probably already know this. Discs only load so fast. The PS5 has the faster SSD for a reason. Solid state drives, cartridges, media that doesn't move. Physical disc loads slower than flash drives and SD cards. The whole 9 yards. Oh god. So that's why the PS5 offloads the disc onto the hard drive. It loads faster. So I don't know if the Switch 2 is going to load faster than PS5. I seriously doubt it. That'd be interesting if it does. But I do think, and I'm pretty sure I saw this during the Direct, the games aren't still gonna look as good as probably the PS5. I kind of was seeing this thing where there's some things that just don't look like I think they should. And granted, I don't own a PS5, but I've seen enough PS5 footage to think that the Switch 2 is not on par with the PS5. And we weren't really expecting it, so. Isn't there a new, backsteam that's cool? Because my... in the developer questions, they said... no, I read that. Then again, I also only play Octopath Traveler and Splatoon. I mean, Bubney to each their own. The new kickstand on the Switch 2 actually does kind of look worse than the OLED. Which version of the Switch do you have, Blue Toad? So the OLED had a better kickstand than the original Switch, by far. I'm annoyed that they're bringing back an LCD screen on the Switch 2. They should have made an OLED screen on that, in my opinion. You have the OG. Okay. So you have the original Switch. So, you're probably not going to see... You're going to see enhancements, then, between the Switch 2 and your Switch. Whereas I'm probably going to see the screen that's not going to look as good on the Switch 2 as my OLED. It's gonna be interesting. I'm curious what the specs are of the Switch 2. Not that to me it matters and it doesn't matter kind of thing, because I care more about the games at this point in time. I used to care more about specs, but when specs got out of my price range, PS5. So the Switch 2 specs are going to be interesting. I really want to know where they spec'd it out at. I'm thinking it's going to be PS4 Pro territory for how good it runs. We'll see. It's definitely not going to be PS5 though, which you can already tell. And we do know that the Switch 2 is more than likely doing the 4K on the dock. More than likely doing 4K on the dock. That technology is probably not built into the system itself. They put a chip in the OLED dock, so it was kind of a heads up to say, hey, we got this idea, we're not implementing it yet. We'll do it later. Because the OLED can technically, with the chip in the dock, output a higher resolution than it does. But I think Nintendo wanted to save that functionality for the Switch 2. So I'm not sure if the OLED dock will work with the Switch 2, or if they're going to say, nope, you gotta have Switch 2 dock. Bluetooth, you've had yours since December 2017. That's a good long time. And your battery dies really fast since yours always docked. Oh gosh. Yeah, Nintendo, I wish they would have done something to say, hey, don't charge when you don't need to when it's docked. But nope, they didn't do that. I don't think the Switch 2 is worse kickstand than OLED. Really, we'll find out. It doesn't... It looks a little flimsier. Of course, we kind of saw that to begin with. We'll see. We'll see what happens when it launches. I could be wrong, because in a way I think it's fine. I think it'll be fine. I don't know how many people use tabletop mode anyways. By the way, hi Clover, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I don't really expect that the Switch 2 kickstand's gonna be a major issue. It'll be interesting to see what they've done with it when we get our hands on it. Good game, everyone. Good game. Incredible Direct, Deltarune, and Silksong. I mean, Silksong still doesn't have a release date other than it's definitely coming out this year, but Deltarune was a surprise. That was a really big surprise. Actually, was that coming out day and date for the Switch 2? I forget at the moment. Ah, crud. Oh well. I'm trying. I'm not sure if I'm doing any better or if I'm doing worse still. I was excited, though, for several game announcements. The fact that we're getting Street Fighter 6 at launch is cool. I'm not a super huge Street Fighter fan or fighting game fan in general, for that matter. But I do like Street Fighter, and I'm glad it's back on Switch. Oh yeah, the paraplegic basketball game. That looked cool. As Magma, you like that? Oh gosh. I am so confused by that one. I am so confused. I get why, but also I don't get why. During the stream, I was like, I don't want to make a joke about people in wheelchairs, but this is not my cup of tea. I can easily skip this one. I mean, I don't know how much I'm gonna use the mouse stuff to begin with, so it's gonna take a very specific game for me to get into the mouse controls, I think. And that as the game to try and push people into it. No, it needed. How do I put this? I would rather it have looked more like ARMS, more stylized. That looked kind of cold and robotic. There was a style to it, just not one that made me want to go, hey, I'm gonna plunk down hard cold cash for this game. Maybe it'll show up more and it'll change my mind. But at the moment, I'm not interested in it. It's cool in concept, and that's kind of where it gets left at for me. More like colorful and fun. Yeah, it was like it was lacking the spark that it needs to be really entertaining. but hopefully, there's no course correcting that at this point. At least I don't think so. They could delay it, but I do not expect them to. I more would expect Nintendo to show more to try and make it look better than to try and change it up to make it look better. So I don't know. It's 3v3, and one of the first things that came to my mind is that this game requires you to have two Joy-Con. Two of the Switch 2 Joy-Con, which, by the way, pricing for the controllers of the Switch 2, if you haven't seen it already, it's not any different from the... Actually, let me double check that. Before I open my mouth and insert foot. Let me double check and make sure that I don't say something dumb here. Because Nintendo did put out the pricing for the accessories. And I think... Let me see here. Let's see. Accessories. So, Switch 2 Pro Controller is $70, and the Joy-Con 2 is $90. So actually, that's $10 more, I'm pretty sure, than the current Switch 1 Pro Controller and the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. Because aren't those 80 and... Isn't it 80 and 70 or 60 or something like that? So... I mean, Wii Sports Resort Basketball would be like, how much is the Pro Controller like? 100 at this. The Pro Controller 2 for the Switch 2 is 70. Yeah, or $79.99. So it's $80, which is kind of crazy. Oh gosh. Normal Joy-Cons are 80. Wasn't Pro Controller supposed to split from mouse? It does not. It does not. I did see like an image of that somewhere, but it does not. It's just a straight up controller. The Pro Controller does have two new remappable buttons on the underside of it, and they call them, I think it was GL and GR buttons. They are programmable, they are remappable, which is the reason why day one, if I can, I'm going to get a Pro Controller. Because the regular Joy-Con, as far as I know, they didn't at least point out, they don't have those buttons. And so the Pro Controller actually is more in line with like a PS5 Pro Controller. You know, the really expensive controllers that you see that have those remappable buttons on the underside. It's more in line with those, so the price is actually kind of slightly justified. It also has a headphone jack on it and the C button and all that. So yeah, but that wheelchair game that we're talking about, that's it. I'm gonna just call it the wheelchair game. Oh gosh, I'm gonna so get demonetized. Not that I'm monetized as is, but the wheelchair game is gonna be really hard to play with 3v3 because how many people are gonna start forking out for multiple Joy-Cons at this point? I mean, we know that the Switch 1 Joy-Cons will work on the Switch 2. And if they'll work with Switch 2 games, then I don't see a reason for people to shell out tons of money for Switch 2 Joy-Con. Just for that one game. That's kind of where my argument stands at. That game gets exponentially more expensive. Which the whole Switch 2 setup gets instantly exponentially expensive. I didn't say this during my stream, but I was thinking it that the new Switch 2 camera was going to be 50 bucks, and I was right on the money with that. That camera is 50 bucks. And they did not learn the lesson from Microsoft. The Xbox Kinect died because nobody wanted to wiggle their body around, and here they are doing that with a controller for the Mario Party game, which, thank goodness, I can say this at least, it's a side functionality and not the whole make or break situation. It's not the whole game, so thank goodness for that. Otherwise, this would be like Nightmare Central. And I'm betting the camera isn't full 1080. I'm betting it's 720. I'm betting it's a 720p camera. Good game, everyone. Good game. I'm not sure. I thought I was paying more attention that time, so I'm not sure. How much did I put down in ink? Okay, I was not completely the problem, at least. What if the Switch 2 turns into a Wii U Switch situation where it completely flops? So, I actually have a thought about that, Blue Toad. I don't think the Switch 2 is going to completely flop. There are some things against it. The first major hurdle is going to be the price. If people don't attach to the Switch 2 because of the price, if it doesn't drive numbers, there's going to be a couple things that Nintendo can do. And I highly expect, because this happened with the 3DS, that if it doesn't ship, they will lower the price. They won't have a choice. So this may be a situation where if you're on the fence about the price and you don't need the Switch 2 immediately for any reason, you might just be better off waiting. Because if it's gonna start flopping, it's gonna be immediately, and they will lower the price pretty quickly. They'll have to probably buy 50 bucks, if not more. I don't expect that to happen, but that would be the first thing that they're gonna do. The Wii U never got a price drop, mainly because, oh, dang it, mainly because I think they had a fallacy problem there where they had sunk too much into the development cost of the system that they couldn't recoup enough of it. The system itself cost too much. I don't think the Switch 2 costs too much. I think they're making a pretty big profit. So, I'm not going to say that Switch 2 can't flop. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, because anything is possible. In life, there is an infinite number of possibilities, and it is very possible that the Switch 2 could fall flat on its face. Will it? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to fall flat on its face. I do think it's going to struggle, though, and I think the struggle is going to be in the price of everything. And Nintendo has, in the past, shown that they're willing to cut price in order to start selling. Because here's the thing. Nintendo makes money. Alright? Nintendo has made money on the Switch. And we got the Switch 1 Direct last week for the very distinct reason of telling people, hey, the Switch is not going anywhere. We're still going to keep it around. It's still going to sell. but they have locked themselves into kind of a precarious corner by not dropping the price of the Switch and pricing the Switch 2 as high as they have. So I think that they could safely drop the Switch 2 price by $50, maybe make a profit, and if I don't know if they would lower the price of the games, but I don't know. I think that it's kind of a split at the moment as to how well the Switch 2 will do. Currently, the predictions I've been hearing are that the Switch will sell out on pre-orders pretty quickly. And I guess, though, that restocks are going to happen. There is an interesting situation where there is a version of the Switch 2 that Nintendo is launching exclusively in Japan, and the difference to it is that it is only playable in Japanese, and you can only use a Japanese Switch account on it, and it's actually quite a bit cheaper. I think it's priced under the OLED. So if you have a Japanese account and you know Japanese and you want to go to Japan to get one, then go for it! Oh, good grief. I hope that the price of the console goes down as time goes on. So, typically prices of consoles go down, but inflation was a thing, and instead of going down, the PS5 went up in price. So, we're kind of in a funny situation where I think the economy is going to get better here, but I don't know how soon it's going to be, and things are kind of in a weird situation. In order for the price to go down, two things have to happen. Either the economy has to get better, or the system has to flop badly. So, if one of those two things happens, the price of the console will go down. And one of those things is probably more likely to happen than the other. Both could happen. I'm speculating. Man. Are the other... Am I holding us back? Because I think I'm holding us back somehow. Thinking I need to switch my weapon. Because I feel like I'm doing worse than I should. Gosh, I'm not sure which weapon to use. I'll try this one. You say I'm fine, but I think I'm bad. Oh, Cat Dogs is in here. Okay. Cat Dogs, me, and Blue Toad. Oh, me and Blue Toad are using the same weapon. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Well, it's all going to be a waiting game at this point. In July, we'll know more. After the Switch 2 has been out for a month, we'll know. We'll know whether it takes off or flops. You mean besides Mario Kart? So, launch day, Switch 2, I know... there was a few things. Street Fighter 6, the Bravely Default remake. I'm trying to remember what else. I'm gonna have to look at the list, because those are the ones that are coming to mind immediately. Donkey Kong is next month. I'm still salty that we don't have a release date for Metroid Prime 4. that that Switch 2 game, that the introduction game is going to be digital download day one. I don't know. I can't remember if there was anything else that was announced for day one. I think Deltarune was. Jaheim, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm gonna have to look, Bluetoad, because I can't remember offhand everything. I know those few are for sure. So I'm thinking that I'm going to be getting Mario Kart Day 1. I'm probably gonna be getting Street Fighter 6, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We don't have a single-player game day one, which is kind of weird. The GameCube games, I think, are going to be day and date with the Switch 2, but don't take my word on that until after I double-check myself, because I don't know if that's 100%. I don't know if I'm right about that or not. I'm gonna have to look. Gonna have to look in between matches. I cannot honestly remember what all is getting day and dated with the Switch 2 launch. Oh gosh. Well, good game, good game. Let's see here. See if I can find out what all. I'm pretty sure the enhancements are gonna be day and date. That Drag X Drive, the wheelchair game, is not. That's not until summer. Let's see here. Doesn't have a release date. Street Fighter does day and date. And oh yeah, they're doing a new Daemon X Machina game, which was kind of weird. I mean, that was kind of expected, and also just kind of weird that they're doing that. That's not until September. Split Fiction is day and date with the Switch release, so that'll be a launch title. Let's see here, what else? Hogwarts Legacy is day and date. That'll be a launch title as well. Tony Hawk's is until July. Hitman World of Assassination is a launch title. So that'll be interesting. I won't get it. I already said Bravely Default. The Yakuza 0 game is day and date with the Switch 2 launch. There's a lot of high-profile games, big games that I didn't know that would actually come. Kind of crazy. What else? Nope. Hyrule Warriors. The Hyrule Warriors game. Oh gosh, that's the third Hyrule Warriors game. Like, sheesh, Nintendo, why? Why? I guess whatever sells. Not saying they're bad games. Did I ever beat the one? Forget if I beat the... Yeah, I'm kind of getting burnt out on Warriors games from Nintendo. Alright, Alright, the GameCube library is definitely going to be launch. So the GameCube library will be at launch, which will be good. Deltarune is going to be launch, so there's those. GameCube being at launch is actually good, because those GameCube games, if you can get hold of them, you can get into the expansion pass, especially Wind Waker. That is definitely worth playing. I would love to play through that again. It bugs me though still that we're not getting the HD version, because the GameCube version actually had a Game Boy Advance connectivity feature that's not going to be usable unless they do some wizardry here. It was not a necessary thing, but it was a cool little feature. And I know that won't emulate well. There's no way to emulate that, as far as I know. That's going to be an annoyance. A mild annoyance, but still an annoyance. Good game, everyone. Good game. Let's see here. Did we actually win that time? Oh, we actually won, finally. Good game. Good game. Civilization 7 is a launch title. I don't know how many people will play that. Survival Kids, which I completely glossed over, is a launch title. I don't even know who that was for. Oh! This is interesting. And the other team had a disconnect. Fingers. Yeah, like, you definitely cut and transfer your Pokemon from the GameCube games. I wish you could. Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be a launch title for the Switch 2. I didn't realize that. What else? Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. I missed that. Evidently twice. I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's That was the Capcom game that I saw and was like, wait, I missed that. That's gonna be a launch title. So Capcom is going to be supporting the Switch 2 out of the gate with 2 games. Wow. That's crazy. So there's going to be quite a few games so ready for launch. Not as many first party as I would have thought. And I honestly think that the first party lineup for this year is going to be kind of, I don't know, kind of quiet. I think we're going to get, I still think we're going to get a 3D Mario game. I think it's going to be kind of funny that we're going to get, if we get a 3D Mario game alongside the 3D Donkey Kong. Bro Jose, hello! Welcome back! We're still in regular matches if you'd like to join us. This is kind of a quiet stream all of a sudden. But I still think we're going to get a 3D Mario this year. I could be wrong at this point. It's kind of, I don't know why it's bugging me in the back of my head that I think that there's a chance we're not going to get 3D Mario this year. For whatever reason. It's too early to say that, Joseph. You're right. At this point, the the 3D Mario game is, if whatever we're gonna get for holidays is probably gonna be announced in July. You think there's gonna be a lot of first? Okay. So I predicted a lot of first-party titles for the Switch 2. However, there's something that's changed, and I need to explain this so that you understand where my logic's coming from. I thought there was going to be more first-party titles than there was, and now I'm changing my mind because they are backwards supporting Switch 1 games. They made new content for the old Switch 1 games, like Breath of the Wild, like Tears of the Kingdom, more importantly, like Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The new content, to me, says Nintendo was not able to put out enough effort in getting Switch 2 games ready. So I think that what I had originally predicted is not going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a Switch 2 game every month. And Metroid Prime 4 not coming out in May, not coming out in June, not coming out in July, we still don't have a release date, means it's probably a September, October, November game, which means it could be one of the big anchor titles for the holiday. So I think the Switch 2 first-party lineup is actually not going to be as big as the Switch 1 launch lineup. Oh, Blue Tide, you're fine. You're fine. I completely understand. You can't focus on the match and type in chat. That's a little difficult. So, yeah, I think that because Nintendo is back supporting the Switch games and making Switch 2 versions of them, they're adding content to them. I really think that the first-party lineup of the Switch 2 is going to be lacking. That wheelchair game that I keep blanking on the name of, that's a summer title. Summer means that it could be either August or September, and it's more than likely gonna be September because very little launches in August. August is a dead month for video games typically, and not a lot comes out in August because people are on vacation, they don't go and spend money on video games. They spend money on spending time with their families. So it's more than likely a September game, which means it's probably beginning of September. I really kind of expect the launch lineup for the launch year for Switch 2 to be a little deader than we think. Plus, we still have no release date for Pokemon Legends ZA. That one's kind of leaning more towards a November release date, even though it looks like it's done. So I don't understand why they aren't releasing it sooner. It could wind up being earlier, it could wind up being an October game, but Pokemon typically takes up November. So I really kind of expect them to be day and date Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of those games. So I really expect a November release for that. And I think Metroid Prime 4 may wind up being a big holiday title, which makes me so sad. I'm so sad about that because I want to play Prime 4. I'm tired of waiting. 3D Mario could happen. With 3D Donkey Kong, The other thing that makes me think that 3D Mario could potentially not happen is because it was rumored a long time ago that the team that worked on Super Mario Odyssey made this game. And I don't know for sure, but it kind of if that was true, then 3D Mario probably isn't coming this year. It'll probably be next year. And since we got Hyrule Warriors, we can rule out any other Zelda games. So, those enhancements for the Switch 2 for Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild just kind of cements that there's no Zelda game this year. I'm trying to think, did they actually say... I'm trying to think if there was an enhancement for Super Mario Odyssey or not in the list. Good game, everyone. Good game. Let's see here. What else was a launch title? I did not pay attention to that. Alright. New 3D Mario would be cool. It would be cool. They showed that I think voice chat would work with Odyssey or something. Voice chat on Switch 2 works across all games no matter which game you're playing. So you can be playing completely separate games from everybody else that you're friends with. Oh, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is a launch title for the Switch 2. Oh, that's hilarious. And so is Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, so there's more launch titles. The fact that we're getting Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 as a Sega launch title for the Switch is hilarious. For the Switch 2, that is. It's just hilarious. I don't know how well that game sold, but I guess it sold well enough that it could be a Switch 2 launch title for some reason. I'm gonna change my weapon again after this match, because this is fine, but I'm not active with blasters. Did I talk about Mario Party Jamboree? I haven't really yet, no. So, to answer your question, Blue Toad, they're just trying to show off that you could chat across multiple different games at the same time. It was more about being able to communicate with the people that you want to communicate with, no matter what you're playing. So if you want to have a conversation with somebody and with multiple people and they're all just playing different games, you don't have to play a specific game just to be able to talk. Which is cool. That's a really good feature. I mean, it's the same thing as Discord. You don't need to be playing the same game to be able to have a conversation with someone, you know? But Jamboree's expansion is cool. I cannot get over the Xbox Connect. It's the Xbox Connect feature all over again with the new camera. I'm floored by that. I mean, it's cool that they're expanding Mario Party Jamboree. It's cool that they're expanding the different Switch 1 games. Which actually also means that we're not getting a new Mario Party game for at least 2 years, probably, at this point. It's probably likely that that's going to be carrying the system for at least, if not the whole launch year, the year beyond that. I think Jamboree is just going to be the Mario Party game till that developer can get another Mario Party game cranked out. I think it's going to last for 2 years and then we'll get another Mario Party. Because Jamboree came out last year? Yeah, Jamboree came out last year, so there's really no need for a new Mario Party game right away. We don't need one this year. We got Jamboree last year, so that's fine. I just can't get over the camera. Oh, God. The one interesting aspect of that camera is they did put in background removal technology into it. So it works like Zoom and other things like that. Voice chatting with random on Splat 3 would be interesting. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Oh, wow, I really did. And I forgot to change my weapon. Darn it. Did anybody else like the camera, though, for the Switch? If you get a Switch 2, are you going to get a camera? Are you going to pay the $50 for the Switch 2 camera? I really am curious how many people are going to do that. That just boggles my mind. Yeah, I'm not going to care about the goofy camera, no. Okay, so I'm not alone. Camera's goofy. Like, cameras have been done so many times in consoles, it's not funny. PlayStation had a camera. Let's see here. The PS2 had a camera. The PS3 had a camera. The PS4 had a camera, I think. I think Sony finally gave up with the PS5 and said, no, cameras are dumb. Enough. Actually, I'm trying to think, did the PS4 have a camera? The Wii U had a camera in it, but you had to use the gamepad for that. So that was a little bit different. I'm not going to personally get a camera. Because, I mean, more or less what it amounted to me when I saw the camera, my thought was Nintendo is trying to chase the streamer crowd without chasing the streamer crowd. Bro, Jose, why are you standing there? Like, come on. Why? Why? Just why? I mean, it's cool that you're putting the tech in the system, but this is not the direction we need to be going in 2025. People have setups. It did because of PlayStation VR, and PS5 has a camera. Oh, that's right. They have to have that for... How many people actually use that for anything other than the PlayStation VR? I forgot that was a requirement of PlayStation VR. I mean, PlayStation VR on PS5 is kind of dying too. I don't know how many people actually bought that. I heard it wasn't doing that great. And I forget the reason why. As with so many things, Sony does something and then it kind of just doesn't do anything with it. I mean, companies do that though, but Sony is notoriously bad for that. They will put something out there and say, here, look at this thing that we're gonna half-heartedly support, and if you want it, you can have it. And you get like 2 or 3 games, and then maybe nothing ever again. Yeah. It's hilarious. I mean, I give Sony better props for at least trying than I do Google, where Google will just abruptly say, this isn't working, we're not supporting this anymore, and cut the cord. Like, really? Why did you do it to begin with? Sony is at least slightly better than that. Good game, everyone. Good game. I forgot the PS5 had a camera for PlayStation VR. Thank you for reminding me. That's crazy. I guess that means the PS6 is going to have a camera. Oh gosh. Nintendo evidently did not learn any lessons from anybody else in doing a camera. Like, I don't want to show my face anyway. Why should I pay $50 for it? Oh, crud, I hit the wrong button. Exactly. I mean, exact. Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition is also a launch title for the Switch 2. Fast Fusion, which, Fast Racing RMX, I think this is the same, yeah, this is the same people. So, Fast Racing Fusion, or Fast, they call it Fast Fusion, sorry. That's a launch title. That'll be, interesting to see how well that sells. And I have a video chat. That's it. I don't know. I think Nintendo is swinging too far the other direction from where they were. They were once like, don't be the creepy uncle. And they were kind of a creepy uncle. And now they're being like, yeah, let's do everything. Because we like money. Oh, gosh. Oh, Nintendo. What will we do with you? Oh, cool, I got a friend request. Yeah, I mean, I really don't think Discord is going to go anywhere. I don't think that Nintendo's chat option is going to replace it. And the one thing to always remember is that people are creatures of habit. When they find something that works, unless you can convince them really strongly to go a different direction, they're going to stick with what works. And they have, like, no reason to switch then. And I don't think that this is going to get used. Nintendo is kind of a little too late to the game at this point with this stuff. And I'm not going to say that there aren't going to be people that don't use it, or rather, I'm not going to say that it's not going to have people to use it, because there's always going to be someone, but I just don't expect it to stick. Especially not if I don't know, if it was a pack into the system, or the system was $50 less, something that would make the $50 camera more worth it. I don't know. I think there's going to be very few cameras getting sold. Ah, right, I taken it out. Didn't get very far. Good game, everyone. Good game. Oh, here we go. Very important game that's a launch title for the Switch 2. Very important. Fortnite. Fortnite is a launch title for the Switch 2. Oh, gosh. The single most important Switch 2 title for launch is Fortnite. I like how on the website I'm looking at, they've got a picture of Silksong for Fortnite. Wow. Can you voice chat with anyone, or is it just people on your friends list? It's probably just people on the friends list, but I don't know. I don't know if they said that. Did they say that on the direct? Oh, we're also getting an Arcade Archives game. Ridge Racer 2, or just Ridge Racer. Ah, crud. Oh, mode's changed. That'll be a launch title. Ridge Racer. Alright, so what do we got anyways? For modes. Let me grab that friend request while I'm thinking about it. Add friend. Not a plant. Alright, not a plant. Your friend request has been accepted. I wonder if games like Fall Guys will run better on Switch 2. I would hope so. I would freaking hope so at this point. Oh, hey. Anybody want to do Anarchy? Splat Zones? Y'all want to try Splat Zones? Alright, let's do Splat Zones then. Yeah, I would hope that Fall Guys runs better on Switch 2. Then I could actually, you know, play it, stream it. Oh gosh. That game runs so horribly on Switch. It's almost a miracle that it runs at all at times. I don't remember where I saw the list of games that has enhancements. Oh, Puppy Cat's here. So wait a minute. Puppy Cat. I wonder if that's not a plant or if that's some... Shoot, I can't remember their name. Darn it. And I can't remember where I saw the... I thought I signed out of this. So we do have Treehouse events that'll be happening over the next couple of days. I'm probably not going to be watching those, mainly because tree houses are long and boring. And while they have information, it's disseminated too slow. Not very many people here tonight. It's like everybody was here and then left. Oh well, I guess it's Wednesday. Finally got control, dang it. I need to find that list of games that is going to be Switch 2 enhanced. I don't remember if Mario Odyssey was on that. Now I'm very, very curious. The 3D Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, looks kind of goofy. It's kind of like a cartoon, just... I don't know. I'm curious as to what that's how that's gonna play. Oh, come on, team. If I do get a Switch 2, I will start streaming Switch 2 games, but I probably will not do them a lot until I know more people have a Switch 2. So, like, I may do a single Mario Kart World stream so often. Kind of depends on what all of you do and how quickly you get Switch 2s. I don't want to alienate everybody. I don't want to be that person playing the game all by himself. Why do they keep throwing that up here? This zone is down there. Come on, team, we're so close and they're winning. Brought it. I'm not gonna make it in time. I'm not gonna make it in time. No, darn it. Good game, everyone. Good game. I'm switching weapons. This is Bumpkus. I don't know if anybody heard about this, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are getting a Kimwoo. Hi, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I thought that was you. I just couldn't remember your name. Forgive me. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are getting a free performance upgrade on Switch 2. Fudge, I didn't switch my weapon. Yeah, there's a, that's right, there is a Mario Kart Direct next week. Did they schedule a date and time for that? Pokemon Scarlet does need it. Bro Jose, you're gonna get it launched. Bro Jose, are you gonna pre-order your Switch 2? Oh, there's something I heard about that I do need to warn all of you about. So, the Switch 2 has two different versions. Well, really three. Three different ways they can sell the games for the Switch 2. Blue Toad, are you sure it was April 19th? Is not. No, it can't be April 19th because that's not next week. Do you mean April 9th? Bro Jose, you're gonna pre-order through GameStop. I wish you luck. I wish you luck about that. So in any case, be warned that whatever games you're looking at Switch 2, there's 3 different ways they can sell you a Switch 2 game. And it's going to depend on the manufacturer who put out the game and all that. So you can either have full game on a cartridge, code in a box, or what they're calling a key cart. And all it is it's a physical cartridge that unlocks a digital download. So you can't play your digital download without the physical cartridge in the cartridge slot. So it works like a physical cartridge, only the game is not on the cartridge. It still winds up being a digital download. And that is the dumbest thing ever. So if you buy physical games, you're going to have to be wary of that. I'm gonna look up that date for that Mario Kart Direct, because I actually thought it was next week. Because I was thinking now that it was like the 9th or something. But now I guess I'm wrong, so... Ah, crud. I'm trying to think, what would the 19th be? That's 17 days. The 19th is a Saturday. It's definitely not the 19th, Blue Toad. Because I just realized Easter is the 20th. Oh gosh. Because next week, the 9th would be Wednesday. Add another 7 days to that, and you have the 16th, which is another Wednesday. Thursday is 17th. Friday is the 18th, and the 19th would be Saturday. So that can't be right. Nintendo doesn't air directs on Saturdays. Is that where you pulled it, Blue Toad? Are you sure? Oh gosh. I think you're originally right about it being next week. I'm just gonna have to look up the date and see if I can find it. But yeah, be warned, you're gonna have to pay attention when you pre-order games, when you buy any game for the Switch 2. Because you could wind up getting a glorified code in a box with a physical cartridge. I don't know that Nintendo's going to do that, but it's a possibility from other publishers. Come on, Ducky! Keep it up! We are getting close to being on the winning side again. Crud. Alright, we are winning by 6 points. We were winning by 6 points. I've actually gotten a few kills. Come on. Alright, we are still winning. Thank goodness. Good game, everyone. Good game. Let's see here. Maybe I'll keep using this weapon for a minute. Where is... Oh, the Super Mario Party Jamboree enhancement isn't getting released until July. Okay. Oh wait, we're getting new amiibo for Legend of Zelda? I didn't realize that. I evidently missed a lot. Alright, 17th of April is the Mario Kart Direct. So you were close, Blue Toad. It's the 17th, not the 19th, though. Took me forever to find that date. I can't wait for the Rhythm Heaven game to come out. I can't either, Kimura. That was a really cool surprise. I'm so happy for that one. But we gotta wait till next year. Alright, y'all just go spawn camp them. I'll keep the area clean of the bad orange. That was fast. Good game, everyone. Good game. Blue Toad, you were close. Good game, though. Good game. So yeah, April 17th will be the Mario Kart World Direct. I don't know that I'll stream that. Wasn't Rhythm Heaven game a PlayStation? No. No. Rhythm Heaven is a Nintendo property, Bro Jose. You might be thinking of Patapon. Patapon was a Sony exclusive. And I guess they sold the rights to Bandai Namco, is what I heard. So now it's no longer an exclusive. Oh, another friend request. Grab friend request quickly. Whoever sent it, whatever your name is, your friend request has been accepted. Yeah, Patapon, it was a Sony exclusive, which was kind of crazy because it was one of the big sellers for the PlayStation Portable, actually. I think it was either, I'm pretty sure it was the PSP as opposed to the Vita. Pretty sure that was right. Yeah, I flipped out when I saw that during last week's Direct. I was like, wait a minute. That's a Sony exclusive. What's that doing here? You know, I'm trying to remember if it was the Vita or the PSP, and I can't remember. I know one way to find out. Let me see if I can find out real quick. Just... Patapon. Is the PSP. Patapon is a PSP game. That's 3 entries. Dang. That's crazy. Yeah, the Vita didn't have a whole lot, so when you think of the Vita, it's kind of like, where were the games? Sony really did the Vita dirty. They made this really cool handheld, and then they did nothing with it. Or practically nothing with it. They tried to use it as a PS3 remote play system, and that kind of fell on its face, and then they tried to pawn it off on the PS4, and that fell even more on its face, because at that point in time it was like, we don't know what to do with this game, this system. Because they weren't supporting it with games at that point. So like, we'll just do something. And then they did nothing. They did the Vita so wrong. The thing that saved the Vita was indies and third parties. Because that thing did amazingly well in Japan. People in Japan loved it. And it's actually... part of the reason why the Switch sold so well is because the Vita sold so well. And people were ready for an upgrade to the Vita. So, Japan loves its handhelds. Because people commute a lot, and they like their handheld. Why are we getting stomped? We're getting crushed. How did this happen? What happened? We just got crushed like a grape. Ouch. Good game, everyone. Good game. The heel of life just stomped on us. Ouch. That was painful. On so many levels. Yeah. Japanese players like their handhelds. So it'll be interesting to see how the Switch 2 does in Japan. I have a feeling that the exclusive Switch 2 version for Japan will sell massively. It doesn't help that it's priced massively under what the Switch 2's retail is here. Oh gosh. I am curious though. Amiibo. New Amiibo. We're getting new Amiibo for Zelda, and we're getting new Amiibo for Street Fighter 6, which is kind of weird. But I don't see pictures of new Amiibo. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to... So there may be a really good reason for you to consider getting the expansion pass for Switch Online, because according to the site I'm looking at, they're saying the upgrade for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is free for expansion pass members. I'm gonna have to look up to see what all that, if that's all true. Yeah, it is such a steal for... Yeah, it's $100 cheaper. It's crazy. You could import it as long as you have a Japanese Switch account and you can speak Japanese and read Japanese. Then you could play the Switch 2 in Japanese. But then certain games won't run properly. Like, what was it? I think it was Phantasy Star Online. I was trying to play because there's a version of it for Switch 2. Phantasy Star Online 2. Oh, man! Oh, man. Okay, dang it. Before I circle back to that thought... Oh, gosh. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I think I'm about to die here now because I just had a really cool realization. Oh gosh. So in any case, the thought is that Phantasy Star Online 2 is region locked, so I couldn't play because servers were all in Japan. It recognized I wasn't there. So, but speaking of Phantasy Star, man. So Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 had a GameCube version, and I just thought that if we're getting GameCube games on Switch 2, oh, if they would just bring that game to the service. Oh, I don't think I can tell you quite how much I enjoyed that game, even though I couldn't play it online back when I was playing my GameCube. I still have the game. I still have it in Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. I love those games so much. If I could stream those games and be able to play with everybody, that'd be amazing. They are fun. They are ancient games by all standards. They are antiquated beyond belief, but I would be... Oh man, that would be so amazing. I don't know what the odds are of that happening. Oh, I just saw something else. Oh man, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Oh wow, I wonder if there's gonna be third-party GameCube games on Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, So, there are some really, really, really good GameCube games that any modern player would pretty much scoff at and say that this is not worth playing. Because they are old, they don't necessarily stand the test of time, but they are good games. And there was one game in particular that I wanted to play that I never really got around to really beating. And it's not that it's a really terrible game, it's a very niche game, it's not super great. But it also had a sequel that I would have liked to have got, and it would hit the service, that would be amazing. I'm trying to remember the name of the game. I already know that like Baton Kaitos is not likely to happen because that had a remaster. There are some GameCube games like that that aren't going to happen. Man, Phantasy Star, if that would happen, that would be amazing. I don't know the best way to tell you quite how much I like Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2. They're products of their time, but they're also fun. They're also very, very heavy in the time sync department. Very heavy in the time sync. So that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Sega had an exclusive deal with Nintendo to bring Genesis games, so I wonder what could happen. Okay, so brief history lesson on Phantasy Star Online. Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 were actually originally Dreamcast games that had online. So Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 then got ported to the GameCube as one game, an enhanced edition. Actually, I think it had two different versions that came out to the GameCube. But in any case, yes, it did have an online capability. The GameCube had online. You had to buy an adapter for it, which I never bought. And there are actually servers that you can emulate the game and play it online with people, and people to this day still play Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 on servers online with each other. I've heard it's a decent-sized community, and I'd love to get into it, but I haven't. Because Phantasy Star Online, like I said, it's a time sink. It's an RPG, it's an action RPG. So it's kind of hard to... It takes a long time to get into higher levels. But it's fun, and there's actually... The story is kind of compelling for what it is. It's science fiction, so... And there were actually... there were Phantasy Star games on the PSP too. Which were pretty decent. I played them a little. I didn't actually beat them. Because again, time. RPGs take time, no matter what you do. Phantasy Star is actually... Phantasy Star Online is kind of a precursor to Xenoblade Chronicles and how it plays to a certain extent. So, Blue Toad, if you like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and you want to go back and emulate an older game, get one of the Phantasy Star Online games. Or Phantasy Star Online or Phantasy Star Portable? Yeah, I think it's called Phantasy Star Portable. You might enjoy those. Good game! We got kicked to the curb. Dang it. I think it's time for me to change my weapon. I'm trash, evidently. Yeah, I'm not saying that to go out of your way and play the games. You may or may not enjoy them, but if you're enjoying Xenoblade Chronicles, you may enjoy Phantasy Star. Phantasy Star was kind of like the gateway to that style because it's a multiplayer online game, so that's what Phantasy Star is. It's an online multiplayer game that also had single player capabilities. Has single player story. Rollers. That was a team of all rollers, wasn't it? Who knows? If it comes to Switch Online, I may stream it. Where was the story on GameCube? Because I was trying to remember what GameCube games were coming to the service. Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker, F-Zero GX, and Soul Calibur 2 are at launch. Soul Calibur 2 is actually really good, everybody. There's just two rollers on that team. Figures. We got curb stomped by rollers. But if you get the ability to play the GameCube online, Soul Calibur 2, I wish I had never gotten rid of that game. Not just because of Link. Soul Calibur is kind of hard to play, but it's fun. The only reason it's hard to play is because the weapon mechanics are kind of hard to. I don't know. It's like any fighting game. You have to take the minute to master it in order to actually really enjoy it. And Soul Calibur's just like that. But 2 was approachable. 3 was kinda eh. And 4 completely lost its way. 3 was actually, I think, the last one I played. Because I was on PS3 with Darth Vader and Yoda. Which was kind of fun. Not gonna lie, it was fun to force choke people with Darth Vader. We're getting stomped again. What is going on here? How are we dying so magnificently? I'm only just realizing it. Dang it! Ah, good game, everyone. Good game. So Soul Calibur 2 actually gives me hope that there could be games like Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Those are on the GameCube. What else? Oh, they say Luigi's Mansion. So other games that are coming to the GameCube expansion pass are Super Mario Sunshine. Okay. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, which is actually good, but I never beat it. Super Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, and Pokemon Coliseum. Which means we're never going to get a remaster of Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, we gotta lock in. Is anybody here excited for the GameCube games? Other than me? Well, actually, Blue Toad, you said you were. I remember now. Yeah. Because you're wanting the Pokemon games, and I am too. Bro Jose, you are too? That's good. Because GameCube had a lot of good games. It's sad that system didn't sell any better than it did, but... Kimlu, you never played any of the GameCube games? Oh, man. If you like The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker is a great game. It's a very great, highly underrated game. It was only underrated ever because of the art style of the game. It's insane. But it's fun, and it's definitely worth playing. I would play it again. I might play it again on Switch 2 when Switch 2 comes out. The original Luigi Mansion, I want to play so bad on original hardware. Kimlu, you grew up on the game Wii U. Okay, wow. You missed good stuff. The hard part about Luigi's Mansion is really do want to play it on the original hardware because of the controls. And I actually don't know. They made a GameCube controller for Switch Online, which I might try to get one. But I want them to make it so that the GameCube adapter will work on the Switch too. Blue Toad, you grew up on the Wii U also? Y'all are in for a treat. The GameCube controller, the left and right shoulder buttons actually had two presses. You had a partial press that you could do that was tension based, so you could press lighter or harder to get different effects. and then you had a full press, and that was the actual full click of the button. So, for example, in Luigi's Mansion, you could adjust how much suction you had on the vacuum, or how much pressure you were putting out in the reverse, just by how hard you pressed those buttons. And that has not been done again till the PS5, I think. I think the PS5 has that. Maddie, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Well, they'll definitely put out a new Splatoon, but it's not been announced. You're not the only one that wants a new Splatoon. But the GameCube controller, which I have too many of, probably, and a special Mega Man X version of it. I wonder if I should show that off in the Discord server. I have GameCube controllers. I have lots of GameCube controllers. Ah, crud, a sniper is going to ruin my day, figures. Come on, team! I'm not gonna make it, am I? Do this, and then I don't make it. Figures. Good game, everyone. Good game. Pokemon Coliseum, though, and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, those are relatively short games. Those will be so much fun. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot something. Let's see here. I made a promise. For Jose, you love autocorrect. Blue Toad, your friend has a GameCube copy of. I assume that was supposed to be the original Luigi's Mansion. Because his first game was Dark Moon. Huh. Alright. Oh, how'd that happen? Oh, Kim Woo left. Okay. Blue Toad, your message makes even less sense if you say that your friend has a GameCube copy of GameCube Luigi's Mansion. Bye, Kim Woo. Hope to see you again soon. I still have my copy of Luigi's Mansion. I was at least smart enough to keep it. Even if I wasn't smart enough to keep the Pokemon games. Oh, gosh. Switch 2 is going to be interesting. Trying to think. Oh, that's right. I was going to look to see which games were getting upgrades. It was nice for you to be here, Kim Woo. I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, do the last minute. I know that there are certain games for the Switch getting upgrades, and I don't remember which ones are listed. We do. We need Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald on Virtual Console. We need those, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Because the Pokemon Company and Nintendo are stupid. They don't want us to have good games. Maddie, they're not gonna bring Wind Waker HD. It's not happening. We're getting the GameCube version through the Switch Online service. We're not getting the HD version. I want it too, but it's not gonna happen. Non-cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts could happen. I don't know though. Ever, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say never ever. I just don't expect it at this point because of the GameCube Switch Online. So I don't think Wind Waker will get the HD treatment on Switch 2. I just can't. I can't see him doing it. It's gonna be one of those kind of crazy things. Yeah, it is crazy that they left Wind Waker on the Wii U, but with GameCube Online, it kind of kills it. As for Kingdom Hearts, I would agree that they'll probably bring it to Switch 2 at some point. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is on... Well, it's not on Xbox, is it? But I can see them bringing it to in cartridge form at some point, or full download. Alright. Trying to see what... Trying to figure out what games are getting Switch 2 versions for free and whatnot. Alright, we are in control. Oh my... Darn it, where'd that person come from? A remake of a remake. Ah, crud, I'm losing myself. I gotta focus here for a minute. Oh, we're gonna win. As long as they don't make a crazy sneaky comeback. Ah, crud! And I died. Crazy sneaky comeback! I wish it would just port the remake, but... Oh, we won. Good game, everyone. Good game. There is one game that could get ported still. It's not the one that everybody wants, but it could still get ported. We could get Twilight Princess HD ported from the Wii U to Switch. Not what everybody wants, but it could happen. Alright, let's see here. So Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That one we might have to pay for. Huh. That. So the only Switch 2 enhancement games that. Huh. The ones that are specifically getting enhanced are Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby's 3D game, Forgotten Land, whatever it is, and then Mario Party Jamboree. So I guess some of them we'll get for free, and others we might have to pay for. I don't know. This is gonna get confusing. I need to lock in or something. Man down! Man down! I think my best bet is to keep doing this. Ah, crud! By going this way, I'm keeping one person away from the action. Wait a minute, where the heck am I? Oh, gee, I did bad. That was a dumb decision on my part. I want to know why they painted our turf. Oh no! Well, so much for doing our little burst bombs only thingy. Well, we're winning for a little. No! Darn it. Well, now we lost our lead. Come on, team! Erg. What? No! No! Funnus interruptus. Was I the only one kicked? don't know if I was the only one kicked or not. Bobney, hello, welcome back. Dang. I have no idea what's going on. Yes, I was the only one kicked. Oh, great. My team is down a person. This is not fair. Bubney, you never left? Oh, gosh. Wonder if he'll let me back in. Well, it'll let me create a room, so I'm not got a ban on me at least. Maddie, you're eating lasagna. Where's mine? Well, I don't have a ban, it seems. I was playing in the background while you were doing stuffs. Okay, well, I'm glad I was a background noise for you, Bubney. That stinks. I couldn't finish the match. Did y'all win or lose? But I've not received a ban, so maybe Nintendo's being nice to me for a change? You lost, of course. That figures. We are distinctly missing one blue toad. Wait a minute, cat dogs, we won? What? No. Nintendo spared you. Yes, yes they did. Bubney, you would join, but your Switch is dead. Plug it in, plug it in. I actually don't think I'm gonna keep going for too much longer. Ah, there's the blue toad. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go for too much longer, because I think talking so much has caused me that and maybe a touch of allergies to start developing a slight sore throat. So we'll go for a little bit longer. Maybe about 20 after 9 or something like that. Surprised nobody else has come back. So, yeah, earlier I was looking at TVs. I talked about this a little bit earlier. I was looking for a 4K TV, but they're too expensive. Bobney, you have a sore throat too? Oh, wow. Maybe you should take something for that. At least a lozenge of some sort. Don't want a sore throat. That would be bad. I have to talk tomorrow myself. So I gotta have my voice. I'm gonna try to make a couple of videos based on today's direct. Bubney, you're built different. Okay. Okay. I am still alive, you know. Oh, you're drinking lots of water. Well, that would help, wouldn't it? I've been drinking a little bit of water here too. I always try to keep water here with me when streaming. You gotta have something. Gotta have something to keep your voice going. Yeah, water, what is that supposed to mean, Maddie? Oh, by the way, Maddie, in case you didn't notice, I kept my promise. You can thank me later. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. I need channel-specific emojis. Maybe someday. Ah, Crum! Oh, darn it! That was bad moves right there. Sure, target me, why don't you? No! Good game, everyone. Good game. Yep, good game. You know, I don't think they mentioned any enhancements for Splatoon 3 graphics-wise. But Metroid Prime 4 actually has two different modes it can be played at. Either 4K at 60 frames per second or full HD at 120 frames per second. I don't think any of my TVs can handle that. Another fist bump. Fist bump for the word. I am so old. Let's see here. I was trying to find out what other... Okay, so Mario Odyssey may actually get an update. Alright, the following games will get free updates on Switch 2. I'll have to read that list in a minute. ARMS was suspiciously on there. I thought that was funny when I saw that. Top of the list, just randomly ARMS. Like, EwKate, I know the game had its people, and I really want a sequel, but I wonder if it's that popular enough to get a patch like that. Kind of makes me wonder if there's going to be an ARMS 2 or not. I want one. I just don't know. ARMS deserves a sequel. Hashtag justice for ARMS. Everybody has them, right? Actually was actively trying to take that person out. So, team kill. Oh, darn it! I stayed at the front lines too long. What I'm looking for is a 32-inch TV that does 4K, but I found out that the bigger you go, the cheaper the 4K the smaller you go, the more expensive the 4K TV winds up being, which I think is ridiculous. I could get a 4K TV for cheaper if I wanted to go larger. It's insane. My problem becomes that, for me, in order to be able to properly see the whole screen, I need a smaller TV. Well, they don't make smaller TVs anymore. I guess it's not cost effective. Why are we losing? Come on, team! Alright, it's time for the Joseph Sneak. Oh, well, never mind. We are back on top. Wow. In control, at least for a few seconds. I would like to have a 32-inch 4K that was capable of really just a 4K TV. I don't want it to be smart, not really. I don't need that. Smart TVs, though, are what they are making currently, which kind of bugs me, but it is what it is. There's not a lot of good places I can look, unfortunately. I can look at Walmart, which I already did. I can look at Best Buy, which I already did. And that's really all that's around me. I don't know of any other online place to look other than Amazon, and really, I didn't look at Amazon online. I could. Might have to look on Amazon and see what kind of 32-inch TVs they got, but Amazon's kind of funny about things. Alright, so this is the weird list of games that are getting free updates on Switch 2. We have ARMS, Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, Game Builder Garage, which I'm curious about that one. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and then Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom. Weird list. It's hard to recommend a 4K 32-inch because it barely exists. Yeah, that's become my problem. 32-inch TVs are not in demand, but it's what I need. For me, the smaller the TV, the better, because I could see more of it. Super Mario Deluxe. The Super Mario Deluxe would be cool. Those are all just games that are available on Switch 1 that are getting free enhancements in one way, shape, or form. More than likely game share and that kind of thing. Which game share in itself is good. Why? Why did that person just randomly come out of nowhere and take me out? Why? What the heck madness was that? They literally crossed the top of the map just to take us out. I mean, good for them for strategy, but what the heck? I saw a Samsung 4K TV that was a 32-inch, but it's $400 and some odd, so it's the price of the Switch 2, and I just cannot justify that kind of money on a TV when I don't really need it. I don't really need a new TV. I got 3 that are working in the house, 2 that are high definition. I really got 4 that are working in the house, 2 that are full high definition. I don't really need a TV, so I really can't justify the $400 expense. If it was $100 or $200, I would say yes. The $400 is no. I'm not going to spend $400 on a TV when it's not necessary. The smaller the TV, you have to sit very close for your eyes to actually see 4K. See, but that's my problem though, Maddie, and you know this. I have to sit further away in order to see the picture. The bigger the TV, the further back I have to sit. Even now, with the 32-inch, in order to see it properly, I have to sit in the kitchen. What the heck happened here? So I'm out of luck, I guess. I guess I'm just out of luck. I'm gonna look on Amazon, see if I can find something. 32 inch 4K TV. See what they got. Fire TV. I don't want a Fire TV. I said 32 inch, and the first thing it shows me is 43 inch. There's more 4K monitors at good prices. I could go with a 4K monitor. I need it. I would be replacing a TV though, so. Yo, Sook, hi! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? 32-inch Google TV. That's only $720. Samsung 32-inch quad LED 4K. Samsung 32-inch smart monitor for $300. Wow. Sheesh. I don't know. I think I might just be out of luck. It isn't that I really need to replace the TV still. It's just. No, 40 inches would be too big. Because again, in order to view my 32-inch, to see the whole screen of my 32-inch TV, Maddie, I have to sit in the kitchen. Sitting in the living room, I'm not seeing the whole 32-inch TV. So going bigger is not something I ever need. I need smaller, not bigger. Yeah, I just going bigger is not an option for me. I need smaller. So I'm just out of luck. I mean, at least on the... I wonder then if I can find a full HD TV that does 120 frames per second. I wonder how I would even know that. Because I've never paid attention to refresh rates on TVs that much. So now I'm wondering if what my refresh rates are on my current TVs. I wonder how I'd find that out. I'm gonna have to look up some stuff. Yes, Suk, I'm glad you're here. Better late than never. So I know refresh rates are listed, I just don't know. Wait, what? Maddie, send me whatever you found. Shoot me the link, please. Because that's ridiculously cheap. I would love to see whatever the heck you're looking at. Please, please send me a link. Because I did not see that. And if it's really only 150 bucks, is it used? Is it new? I would assume it's not a smart TV. But there again, they don't do anything other than smart TV. I'm so confused by that. Thank you. I gotta see that. Good game, everyone. Good game. It says it's 2020. What? Huh? I'm gonna have to look at that. We'll keep going for a little bit here. Yo, Suk, did you want to join us? Let's see here. Alright, smart TV, huh. Well, it only says... Well, that doesn't make any sense. It says HD, but then it says it's 4K. 150 bucks. Alright, I'm gonna look at that. Shoot, if it's really... I wonder... I'm gonna have to look at that more after this match. Because that's really 4K. I would love to get that. Eh, crud. I think I could probably afford that. The Mario game is just a scam. Look at the details. I'm going to, actually. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Maddie, for sending that to me. I really appreciate it, because I did not see that. It has no reviews, though, either. I mean, it's a Samsung, so it's probably good. They make good stuff. I don't care about the smart component. They could rip that out. It can be trash. The smart component can be trash for all I care. I don't care about the smart stuff. But if that's got things on it that I want, I might be ordering that tonight. I'm gonna be looking at that. As long as it's true 4K. I'm just kind of crazy. I want to play Metroid Prime 4 the best way possible. You found a backup 4K option? What is it? I guess this is where you're paying me back for all those times I helped you. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Let's go, team! There are some brands that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, but... A 4K gaming... What? I really wouldn't want to monitor. I don't know if that's what you said or not. I'm just talking here. I wouldn't really want to monitor just because I really would be replacing the TV in a living room, so. And I'd rather have the TV capabilities. That might sound a little silly to some. I watch TV occasionally. Really, I watch it more than occasionally. I kind of just put it on in the background while playing games. Sitting there in handheld mode playing game with TV. You'll see it's a Samsung 4K monitor, but you can use it as a TV. It's 220. It's 60 hertz though. I don't know, the 220 price tag would be a little out of my range of what I wanted to spend. But only slightly. But it's true 4K, okay. I gotta look at the TV first that you sent. Dang it, come on. We gotta win this one, dang it. That's why you use one for TV and one for gaming. I don't know how I'd find the room. I have a TV in my bedroom that's just sitting there. I don't use it, which is the reason why I'm reluctant to do certain things. Both the TVs still work, so I haven't had the one in my room on it. I can't even tell you the last time. It's been months. Rose, no! I got overwhelmed. 150 bucks would be awesome. Come on, we need the win. Come on, come on. Gotta be the best. Oh yes, good game, everyone. Good game. All right, I gotta look at this TV here. Now wait a minute here. The TV you sent says its resolution is 720. No, wait. No, it doesn't. I'm confused. Alright. What is the actual specifications? Features. Has HDR. I don't know. I don't get it. Good game, everyone. Good game. Oh. Wait a minute. Blue Toad, did you mean to leave? Alright, I guess we'll just do one more match because it is getting on to 9:30 anyways. I'm gonna have to look more at this TV here in a bit. Alright, Bro Jose, I guess it's just you and me for the final match. We'll just let this be the last one. Okay, so I googled the model number of the one for 150, and that one is mislabeled 4K on Best Buy's website. It's actually 720. Ah, fiddlesticks. Well, I would explain it. Well, I still appreciate you. I mean, I wouldn't want 720 just because I think the ones I already have, I could be wrong, but I think they're already for full HD. I'm gonna have to look. So no bueno on the 150 model. Yeah, no. Perfect price. But I actually thought I saw full HD at that price too. I wouldn't want anything less than full 1080. Which stinks. I mean, you'd think that if they could do 4K so easily, they'd just slap it on everything and let it go. I'm kind of out of luck. It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? I'm gonna do some research on the TVs I currently have and see which one is actually full high definition and which one's not. I might go switching around my TVs in my house. The $220 monitor might be worth considering. Does it have a TV tuner in it? Because if it doesn't have a digital tuner in it, then I'm not even gonna remotely consider it. You know what I mean? I'll look at it. I'll look at it before I go writing it off completely. I just don't know if I really want to put a monitor in the... Because I know how monitors are. If it doesn't have speakers, if it doesn't have TV, digital TV tuner with the jack for that, nope, it doesn't. Well, I'll still look at it, but I'm not gonna pull the trigger on it. We are getting creamed. Yeah, I know. Well, trust me, I know, Bro Jose. I know tech. That's why I asked. But Maddie had said that it had the ability to be used as a TV, so I had to ask the question. If you don't ask the question, you don't know the answer. You might be able to connect a tuner to HDMI. Yeah, but I don't have a digital tuner. Oh well. Good game, everyone. Good game. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it for the night. And let's see here. I actually meant to ask Blue Toad what team he was gonna be on. For Splatfest. I don't know what everybody is gonna be, what teams everybody's gonna be on. Oh gosh. Ask on Discord. I should. I'm gonna ask on Discord, so Bro Jose, you'll have to look there for the answer as to which team I'm gonna be on. And I'll definitely let everybody know. I don't remember what I'm streaming next. I don't remember what my streams are next for Friday and Saturday. This is pathetic. But in any case, thanks everybody so much for watching. If you're watching this in the future, please don't forget to hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel. I'll be back Friday with a game. Mario Kart? I guess I did schedule Mario Kart. Okay, so it's Mario Kart Friday and then Game Builder Garage Saturday. That's what it is. So, alright. Thanks everybody so much. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you all again Friday. But as always, don't forget to take a break from life and nerd out. Hope to see y'all again Friday. Bye, everyone.